In Creatures of Sonaria, lore is found upon anything and everywhere, but to only understand it, we must know how the planet of Creatures of Sonaria was first created. So during this wild journey throughout Creatures of Sonaria history, we will go over the entire lore of Creatures of Sonaria. Wardens. Now there are 8 Wardens. Angelic, the Sentinel of Rebirth and Balance. Ardor, Sentinel of Love and Bringer of Blossoming. Boreal, Sentinel of Hope and Bringer of Winter. Aegean, Maelstrom of the Depths and Sentinel of Fear. Gara, Harbinger of Death and Sentinel of the Dead. Hylian, Sentinel of Time and Bringer of Summer. Novus, Sentinel of Form and Harbinger of the Unknown. Verdant, Sentinel of Life and Bringer of Spring. Wardens stand as the main deities and protectors of Sonaria, often exerting their influence during their respective seasons or through the embodiment of their ideologies. Divine beings cannot be seen physically by any creature except for their incarnations that roam the land. The incarnations are assumed to resemble their creators. However, the actual appearance of the Wardens is unknown. The purpose of the incarnations is to function as the perceptual eyes and physical will in the world, each dedicated to their respective warden. These incarnations are not the wardens themselves. In essence, they are merely puppets controlled by their creators. Keys. Now, Sonaria needs to be kept in balance. Wardens can visit their other worlds while traveling back and forth from Sonaria. Their sculpture's radiance is entirely extinguished, signifying their disappearance. When a warden is away for an extended period of time, the keys keep Sonaria balanced, even when a warden is off-world. All of their combined power must be present in some way. Therefore, the keys provided in their place around Sonaria. There are sporadic runes and symbols that reveal the location of particular warden keys. Urzik, the lore creature. Urzik is a multi-talented beast that was created by the wardens collectively. Every Urzik person have a unique quality or specialty. The Urzik, Rebus, is in charge of recording where the Quahul key fragments are located on the map. And Urzik possesses the trace and look of Quahul, Surflius, and Leviathan, the mystery of the keys. Only Leviathan, Surflius, and Quahul remain on Sonaria when the Warden Council departs to look into an anomaly off-world. This impairs Quahul's judgment since he thinks Sonaria is weaker because some of the wardens are not on the planet. Reibus, who has the locations of each warden key recorded in his journal, is apprehended by Quahul. The Winterbringer never sleeps, struggling to locate the keys. Boreal's key breaks due to the desire for control. In order to keep Sonaria balanced, pieces must be rebonded using antiquated magic. Reibus was attacked by Quahul, causing multiple pages of the journal they had created to be lost and torn. Reibus is the last known Urzik on the Sonarian continent, and the rest of his species' whereabouts are unknown. Presumably elsewhere on the orb, this individual is capable of powerful magic that allows him to know the location of Warden's keys. Reibus was taught by the species Awashrias to read and write, meaning that their journal was legible. Light and darkness. Now this is a lore document from the Light and Darkness. Now it says, the land, sea, and sky once belonged to me. Alas, I was banished by Nuxeh and Surflius to the realm in which light and darkness formed and where my rage fettered. These eons have been many, but I shall return as I have found a way to escape my banishment. This battle of light and dark currently fought shall aid in my return. The world. Sonaria is a unique planet where all wardens can come together and work together effectively. The land is flat and floats in the void, like a soft lump of clay that the warden can mold into whatever shape he pleases. Time and the changing of the seasons happen at a very fast rate, which is probably because of the warden's intervention. The land itself is still in space, while celestial entities like the sun and moon orbit it. In any case, Sonaria is the starting point for all creation and is located in the center of the cosmos. The wardens are likely responsible for the universe's existence and consequently Sonaria, the creatures. The people that live in Sonaria come from many worlds that the Wardens have created. The Warden is in charge of an innumerable number of planets, each of which uses its world to produce new species that can survive in Sonaria. As a result, Sonaria is continuously being filled with new animals. Sonaria is incredibly environmentally varied because the majority of its animals come from vastly disparate habitats, though it appears that the Wardens are always attempting to develop and enhance their creations. The most motivation behind this and the reason they bring creatures to Sonaria may very well be exploitative. Unfortunately, animals who are unable to survive in Sonaria's environment are abandoned to go extinct. Massive skeletons found all across the world provide stark evidence of this in Sonaria. These ancient creatures did not survive. Last but not least, rebirth. Another phenomenon that occurs in Sonaria is the resurrection of fauna. Certain creatures at times have been seen to be born anew or return with their previous physical form. Curiously, the population of creatures on Sonaria has always been rather high. Regarding memory, a creature's memories between rebirth or resurrection have been entirely sporadic. Some have returned with their memory completely intact, a few with fragmented memories, and some with no memories of their past life whatsoever. So far, there seems to be no correlation or pattern between how much memory a creature loses upon rebirth. The cause and purpose behind the resurrection and rebirth almost certainly correlate to the unusually high population. This was the entire history. This was the entire lore of creatures of Sonaria.